Welcome to the Resilient Retail Game Plan, a podcast for anyone wanting to start, grow or scale a profitable creative product business with me, Catherine Eardley. The Resilient Retail Game Plan is a podcast dedicated to one thing, breaking down the concepts and tools that I've gathered from 20 years in the retail industry and showing you how you can use them in your business. This is the real nuts and bolts of running a successful product business, broken down in an easy, accessible way. This is not a podcast about learning how to make your business look good. It's the tools and techniques that will make you and your business feel good. Confidently plan, launch and manage your products, and feel in control of your sales numbers and cash flow to help you build a resilient retail business. Welcome! It's episode 67 of the Resilient Retail Game Plan. My name's Catherine Eardley and I'm your host as well as the founder of the Resilient Retail Club, which is my membership for product businesses. You can find out more at resilientretailclub.com, and if you use the code 10podcast, that's 10podcast, you can get £10 off your first month. Today's episode is all about TikTok. I'm going to be talking to Charis Varley, who is a club member, as well as the owner of Sparkle Storm and Sparkle Storm Business, and also someone that I've known, in fact, for many years, as you'll find out later in the episode. And she is really passionate about TikTok. And when you hear what it's done for her business, you'll understand why. But I think it's a really fascinating look at this platform, which I know a lot of people have been thinking about, sort of toying with the idea. We had another member of the Resilient Retail Club, Little London Lady, go viral on TikTok, which was quite an amazing experience for her as well. So it's definitely something that people are wondering about. And if you're in that camp, then take a listen to this episode, because I think what Charis has to say about how she approached it and her experience is really fascinating, and will hopefully give you some ideas of where to get started if this is something that you want to try. Hi, Charis. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Catherine.
How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Do you want to start off by introducing yourself to everyone?
Yeah, so I'm Charis, owner of Sparkle Storm, which is a personalised online gift shop. So I create lots of gifting for people.
Some fabulous things for mostly kids, is that right? Or kids and mums, or?
Yeah, well, I think maybe today will show how it's maybe changed my business a bit. But essentially, yeah, I started off as kids product and did lots of teachers gifting and stuff like that. And then as it's grown, there's been more products that you'll probably find around your house or want to gift someone.
Okay, all right. So we're going to get into that in a minute. And also we should start off by saying we've known each other for now, let's see, I'm going to bit quick maths, 9.5 years. That sounds crazy.
Well, this is a big secret, but I'm 30 this year.
No.
Yes.
No way.
I'm pretty sure when I met you, I was 20.
Yeah. I remember. And we met back in 2012 working for a company called Green Baby, which is sadly no more. And Charis was my apprentice. Is that the technical term? Were you an apprentice?
I was your apprentice. I was honoured.
And tell everyone what your degree was, what your background is, because I think that's relevant to your business, of course.
So I did a BA with fashion design at East London University. But whilst I was there, I also added on marketing.
Right.
It was something that I completely thought I wouldn't be good at. As I was there submitting, I think we had to do a mandatory marketing module.
Yeah.
My tutors just turned around to me and was like, this is brilliant. You should do it. You should add it on. And I was like, okay, if you're sure.
So fashion design and marketing. So lots of background in design as well, which I think is really key to your success with creating products, would you say?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's an industry where, quite rightly, especially as small business owners, we can go away and we can do our own design. We can use Canva and all the little apps and tools that help us do our own design. But there is a really special area of design where you do need to find a specialist in Illustrator and Adobe to draw things from scratch. And that is what I'm about. I love drawing things from scratch and looking back and thinking, wow, I made that on my page and now it's a product in front of me.
Amazing. So we're here today to talk about TikTok because I know that you're a big advocate of TikTok. And as we've discussed, you are considerably younger than me. By, let's say, 13 years. So my main interaction with TikTok has been my children, especially my teenage son, saying that I, under no circumstances, am allowed to go near TikTok, which, of course, I intend to ignore at some point. But do you want to just start us off telling us a little bit how you got started on TikTok?
Yeah, well, funny enough, I felt too old for TikTok too. I had a lovely girl working with me in 2020. She had been working with me previously. Obviously, lockdown happened. So we took a little break and she came back in my office in the August.
Yeah.
When we were kind of getting released a bit from lockdown. And she just so passionately said to me, I have this idea, you should be on TikTok. And she started to describe this product to me. Now, me especially working with you in places like Green Baby, where we always say if we could have taken the reins and created some of our products, I just felt like, okay, I'm gonna listen to her.
Yeah.
If she's really confident in her market, I don't want to be that boss that always puts off my staff. If I can help them introduce a product, then I will.
Yeah.
So I thought, let's go for it, but let's do it my way. So we took her passion for the product,
yeah,
and her sort of understanding of TikTok, and then we took my strong branding background and said, right, okay, if we're going to create, we're going to do it like this. And then, okay, well, if it's Sparkle Storm, it has to be personalized.
Yeah.
We probably spent about 4 hours creating this video. We posted it up and it sort of had a few views, and then it started gaining pace and it had a couple of thousand views. And I thought, well, this is great. I haven't really had any orders yet.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing her the next day and she was buzzing. And I said, okay, well, this is great. Yeah, it is great. I don't want to be a killjoy, but it has to create orders. If it's really going to take off, if it's a real big win, yes, visibility is great, but we also want orders. And sure enough, a few days later, we hit 10K, then 20K. So yeah, that's how it kicked off. It was a lot of trust in someone that was younger than me, and it just paid off. I just applied what she felt passionate about to my business.
That's really fascinating. So it was an idea. It wasn't even just like, oh, you should be on TikTok, but she said you should be on TikTok with a particular type of product. So was that because she'd seen other people doing similar types of products and thought, well, Charis could do that?
Her exact words, fair play to her, were, you could make it better.
Right.
And I thought, oh yeah, that's why you work in my office. Yes, we can make it better. And I think as well, we were in a really strange era of lockdown where TikTok was picking up.
Yeah.
We're seeing lots of different types of businesses, but they weren't necessarily well-established businesses.
Yeah.
She was seeing smaller, maybe newer businesses that didn't quite have the equipment I had. And she knew the equipment I had and she knew what I could do.
Yeah.
She just was so confident that we could make it better. She didn't even say personalized. She just said, I've got this product. You need to be selling it. It would sell. It would sell. Trust me. Trust me.
Okay, so then I've got to ask you the question. What is the product?
It was personalized album covers. So
okay.
At the time, it was just album covers. So an A4 frame.
Yeah.
That has a photo at the top, and then the bottom half looks almost like if you were on Spotify or iTunes on your phone, you'd have the play button, the pause button, you have a little song bar and the times on it of the song.
Yeah.
But where I applied Sparkle Storm is I said, okay, if we're going to do it, which elements can they personalize? So instead of putting the song name, I'm going to let them put maybe their names.
Yeah.
And instead of having any time, they could put the time almost as if it's like the date of their wedding or the date of their anniversary.
Yeah.
So there were little elements that we did that then made it Sparkle Storm. And I think as well, because I already had an established business and website, I gave people that link to then go and buy it, which sometimes when you watch TikTok videos, you think, that's great, but how do I buy it?
Right. So they could shop directly. I mean, I really don't know that much about TikTok at all. So is it like Instagram where you can link up your shop to TikTok, or not quite?
Well, this is where at first I thought, oh, TikTok, I'm not sure about this. If you're as a creator, which I highly recommend when you first start out, you start as a creator, because there's a lot of high costing demands now. TikTok have brought in paid ads.
Right.
So I definitely would start as a creator account. And you can't put in like a full-on website link. So I was directing them. I just had to order, go to my Instagram.
Right.
So then I was getting this funnel from TikTok through to my Instagram. And then my Instagram started to grow. So I went from having 300 and something on Instagram. Not a lot, because I was predominantly on Facebook. Instagram came afterwards. And all of a sudden, I was up to 1,000 on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
So it not only grew this suddenly TikTok audience, but it grew my Instagram, because I was having to direct all that traffic to then go and buy the product.
I see. Right. So you got to be a little bit more creative then about in terms of where you're directing people.
Yeah. So currently I'm as a creator account. I do swap between the two. Obviously, if you're a business account, then you have to be careful what music you use and stuff like that. I'm probably breaking all the rules by telling everyone this. Music is a big element of TikTok. I think you have to be a very big business to be able to afford to pay for the ads, because there's a minimum spend of £50 a day.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I swap between the two, a creator and a business account. And when you're a creator's account, you can't link in like a website that you can put up if you swap to a business account.
Right. Got you. Okay. So I guess that kind of leads me on to my next question, which was really about, so you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok. So how do you sort of see the differences? A lot of people listening will be really, really comfortable with Instagram, for example, but maybe aren't as comfortable with TikTok or don't really know where to get started. But how would you sort of describe the differences between the platforms?
Well, I think before lockdown, TikTok was very ignored. And I think business owners thought it was like a fad or a trend just for kids. But what they were missing is that it was a platform that was becoming an essential part of their everyday life. I think it was recorded that kids will open it at least 8 times a day.
Yeah.
When I say kids, the age gap is capped at about, you have to be at least 14 to have a TikTok account.
Yeah.
So yes, they're younger than us, but these are working young adults that go to college, and then they come home from college and they go to work.
Yeah.
And they're an audience that's there, that has money, that work. And if anything, they're more brand conscious and they're less demanding. So although they will buy into a brand and believe it because of its values, they don't require loads of filters from their brands or really long Facebook posts explaining this and that about their brands, like traditionally we have to do with Facebook, where we write a really long post and then upload 4 or 5 photos so it looks nice when it uploads. We're talking about a 15-second video.
Yeah.
Shows maybe a product and its process and a catchy song.
Right.
So a lot less demanding audience with a higher chance of reward. You might not instantly get, I mean, I was lucky that it hit 802k or whatever it's at the moment. But I've got plenty of videos up there you can see that have had 300 or 1,000 or 10k. But what I was finding is that I was getting orders. So there's a higher chance of reward with a less demanding audience. And if you're worried about the audience, whether they're right for you, I sold just as many personalized album covers to people who wanted to gift their husband of 10 years as I did the 16-year-olds that wanted to gift their boyfriend at Christmas.
Yeah. So it's kind of a bit of a misconception that TikTok is just teenagers.
And the thing about the TikTok content is that you can then post it on Instagram. and you can
Right.
post it on Facebook. All the other platforms have had to adapt because of TikTok. Because of TikTok, we saw reels coming and, more of a push. You'll notice small changes with Facebook stories and stuff like that. They have adapted because TikTok is so popular. So I think it's always just content that can be reused again across your platforms. And if it doesn't work, you can post it again. You don't have to stick to only posting it once. If it didn't quite work, just delete it and post it again.
So do you find that the best TikTok videos also perform well on Instagram, or does it seem like a different mix or slightly different formula? Because it's like Facebook and Instagram, you'd think, I could post the same thing on Facebook and Instagram, but I've rarely seen like a really good Instagram post work really well on Facebook and vice versa. I mean, to be honest, my sort of Facebook page is basically sort of tumbleweeds. What I'm saying is can you almost say, right, if it's good on Instagram, it will be good on TikTok or vice versa, or is it a bit more nuanced than that?
I think some of it depends on what's made that TikTok successful. One of the main elements that made that original TikTok video successful was I chose a song that was trending where everyone was doing this certain thing to this song.
Yeah.
But essentially, when you move on to Instagram and Facebook, people don't listen to the music. They listen with sound off, which is why you'll notice there's captions and things like that. But if it's still showing a process that they're interested in, they'll still watch the video. It's just maybe the music won't be as important. Or you have to consider, how would I adapt this video for that platform? If it's the case of, okay, the music is what makes this TikTok popular, then maybe, it might not be as successful on Facebook. If it shows a massive process and they're going to want to watch to the end to see what that final product is, then it will still work on Instagram because people will just watch it with the sound off.
Yeah. So you've mentioned process a few times. So I know that people love watching process videos, but do you think that's a particular thing about TikTok? They love to see how it goes from start to finish.
Yeah, I would say one thing, as much as they love process, they love to see your face and who you are. They're not as fussed about seeing you. You don't have to doll yourself up with some white light to make yourself look good. When I say they love you without filters, they really do. They love to see people just, this is how I get to work every day.
Right.
So it can be your process personally as well. One of my more popular ones recently was just me building my workroom because I'm moving to a new workroom. I put in worktops. I'm quite proud of how I creatively came up with using kitchen worktops to create my workroom. So I decided I'm going to show everyone my little worktop secret. I filmed it. It's like my dad driving his van and picking up the worktops, but it got more views than one of my regular product making ones.
Right.
And that's because they're getting to see something different, a process that includes people as well and is a bit more personal.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, they love behind the scenes. I think actually, if you look at Instagram Reels, you'll notice there's a lot of that going on at the moment as well. And I think they've got it from TikTok.
Right, I see. Okay, so let's say someone's listening to the podcast. They're thinking, maybe not this close to Christmas, but maybe for January, then, okay, all right, I'm going to give it a go. I want to try going on TikTok. Why would you suggest to get started?
Well, it only takes one video.
Okay.
15 seconds of your life, and it only takes one video. So you can't be scared to create a quick win.
Mm-hmm.
You have to seize the opportunity and do it this side of Christmas. I did it in August 2020, and the month before Christmas, I took 24K in sales.
Wow.
And before that, I was just a mum trying to plod along and make my bills and take my kids to school. And I probably hadn't done that in a year, but I took 24K sales just on my online shop. And that was from that one video.
Wow.
What's the worst that can happen? No one views the video. You've got nothing to lose. It can be a really big, quick win, and it's only 50 seconds. There's no big long posts you have to write. It's very capped, the letter count that you can use.
Right.
So you don't have to think of hundreds of hashtags hoping that one will work. It's literally just the case of scrolling through the For You section,
picking
a popular song that you've seen a few times, applying it to your business, 15 seconds of you making something.
Yeah.
And you could potentially have 24K in sales in 1 month. Why not?
Why not? Can you tell how much of that came from TikTok?
Oh, I know all of it came from TikTok.
All of it?
All that product.
Wow.
I was so busy because it was just little old me.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was very thankful that my husband was furloughed. Imagine my packing department.
You had Spencer on the packing.
Yeah, I did. I had to set him up a little corner. Men are very demanding. Department. All of a sudden, he needed lots of gadgets to make it work. It was little old me. So essentially, I didn't have the time to then follow it up with more videos. And you'll notice on my TikTok now, it's trickled down. I have faith that it will only take one more video and it will pick up again. And next time I'll have more staff in place, more help, faster machines. But essentially, I didn't post at all in that period. I had that one TikTok video and I was like just trying to keep my head above water, making the product and getting it out. So it really does only take just one video.
Yeah, 15 seconds. And it's not like high production values. It's not like you have to have it all, beautifully edited and everything. It's just...
They want to nose around and see what your workroom looks like in the background and ask you where you got your chair from.
Mm-hmm.
If you have loads of filters, you won't get the views. If you overproduce it or have to pay someone to edit it or overthink it, I can guarantee it won't be as popular.
I had a question that I wanted to ask you actually about creativity, because I think we were having this chat in the Resilient Retail Club about the fact that Instagram, lots of people are kind of feeling a bit disheartened or just a little bit like, oh my goodness, like what's happening? It's so much work and all the rest of it. And then I just wonder, is there something that's just nice about TikTok where you can just do something where you're not sort of attached to it? It doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be fun.
Well, okay, so I'll be very Charis in my answer and say, get over yourself a tiny bit and put your big girl pants on. If your platform isn't working for you, don't allow yourself to get so upset and so frustrated, because that's not going to help you.
Yeah.
I have a platform that only has 1,500. Sometimes people unfollow me on Instagram. TikTok, suddenly one video, I had 5,000. So if you're sat with an Instagram that isn't working for you, but you haven't tried TikTok, or I even considered the other day, should I try something like Snapchat? I wonder how that works. But they just sidestep it, keep posting on it, keep it active, try something else. When Instagram brings out some sort of new technology, when you get that notification that says, try our new reels, be the person to jump on it and try it for the first time, and then your Instagram will pick back up. Everyone's so scared of algorithms and think it's complicated and gets upset and frustrated by it. All it is you just saying, okay, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
If my Instagram goes quiet, I try my Facebook crowd. If my Facebook crowd goes quiet, let's do some TikToks.
Yeah.
We live in an age where we can have multiple platforms that work at different times of the year. But if you allow yourself to be really frustrated and take it personally, then you won't grow.
Yeah. I think that's, to be honest, I think that's the real benefit that I've certainly found from being in retail. I've worked in corporate retail for so many years, for 17 years. And I think that was always the thing, was like, you're always reviewing what worked and what didn't work, but it was never personal. It was just, right, did this work? Yes, let's do more of it. Did it not work? No, let's do less. And I think that it's harder when it's your own business because people do feel things very personally. But I do agree with you. It's like, you just have to keep trying the things that work. And it's like, Instagram doesn't care really what you feel comfortable with. This is their latest feature they want to promote. And they're just going to, if you're going to you're playing in their sandpit, you got to play by their rules. So.
And all these things can be applied to your business. Whether you're an influencer or someone selling gifting or someone that makes a certain product, you can all create your own reels in your own different way, or your own TikTok in your own different way, and still use the same song. I think you just have to apply it to your business constructively.
Yeah.
You know your brand and what makes your brand special. Charis, when she came to me and said, I've got this amazing idea and it's this product, she never said to me it was personalised.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that sat down and said, okay, if it's a Sparkle Storm product, how do I make it?
Yeah.
And how do we do the TikTok? Okay, well, it was very sort of emotional and cute, and it's a picture of people kissing, and I just applied it to my brand and how I make things and to my standard. And as long as you do that on the platform that you're using and make it your own, I think if you can't do that, then you have to ask yourself, what's your brand strategy?
Right. Your branding side's going to come out now.
Yeah. Well, if you can't apply your colours and your fonts and your logo and your message,
yeah,
then
are you clear enough about what it is?
Are you clear enough about your brand and what you're selling?
Yeah. I think that's a great note to end on. Thank you so much for everything. I really enjoyed this chat. It's really interesting to hear your perspective on it, and amazing to hear. There you go, £24,000 for 15 seconds. That's a pretty good deal.
I didn't even go on and answer any of the comments or anything.
Wow.
They're a very easy audience.
Yeah.
They just want their order. They just want to buy a product and be done.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. So I'm going to put a link to your TikTok in the show notes, but do you want to tell everyone a little bit about where they can find you? Go check out these amazing videos.
Yeah, so you can find Sparkle Storm Creation, where at the moment I'll be creating my new office. So if you want any tips on how to make your workrooms look pink and sparkly like Sparkle Storm, you can find me over there. Or you can find me on Instagram at Sparkle Storm, or Sparkle Storm Business if you're a fellow small business. Yeah, that's where you can find me. So give me a follow. I follow back on TikTok as well. So if you need any advice, message me. We're all in it together, figuring it out.
So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that episode. £24,000 in 1 month from one product on TikTok. Just completely blows my mind every time I think about it. If you've enjoyed today's episode, then why not come over to Instagram at Resilient Retail Club. Say hi. Tell me where you were listening. I love it when I see photos of where people are listening to the podcast. It always brightens up my day. And let me know, are you going to give TikTok a go? Are you going to spend 15 seconds and make a video, see what it can do for you and your business? And if you have a moment, of course, to rate and review the podcast, especially on iTunes, then that would be fantastic. It means so much to me. I read all the reviews, and every rating helps me get the podcast out in front of more people. And of course, if you hit subscribe, you will be the first to know about each new episode as it comes out. See you next week. If you've enjoyed this week's episode, then I invite you to check out resilientretailclub.com. The Resilient Retail Club is the membership for anyone wanting to start, grow, or scale a profitable product business. No more trawling Google trying to find the answers to your questions, or wading through general business advice that speaks mainly to service-based businesses. Whether you're still at the idea stage or you've been going for a while but want to get more focused and organised when it comes to your business, the Resilient Retail Club is the place for you. With a library of courses tailored to creative product businesses, several live sessions a month, and a supportive and active community, the Resilient Retail Club is the perfect membership to help you hit your goals faster. Check it out at resilientretailclub.com.